Hey everyone, welcome back to Dragonflyz Ozark Preps. And today I'm showing dehydrating kidney beans. I have light kidney beans and dark kidney beans. These are out of the can. And I will show you the can. And I'm taking them and rinsing them really well. And once drained, then I'm putting those on my dehydrator trays. Some of them will split more than what you see here, but that's to be expected because when they dry out, then the shell will expand and then they get put in, and I'll show you the whole process, but once they're dry, then they get put in jars and you have dry beans, and it extends the shelf life tremendously. So this is the dark red kidney beans. So, and I still need to do my potatoes back there. I have another bag I need to add to it also. Those potatoes have to be blanched and sliced, and then I can put those on the dehydrator trays as well. So I will be back to show you when the trays are full, and then at the end I will show you the end process of this and what to expect, and then I will show you how to store these. Okay, so I have this is only 4 trays, and I have 3 trays of, I need to wash this thing, but I've been using it non-stop. I have 3 trays of the kidney beans, and then I decided, since I had an extra tray, I would do half pinto beans and half chickpeas, or garbanzo beans. Garbanzo beans are these. If you've never had them before, they're very good on salads. I know they can also be mashed. And we have a ton of garbanzo beans or chickpeas. So I figured I would experiment and I would try to dehydrate them. Even though this doesn't expire till 23, like I said, we have a ton of these canned beans. So I did half garbanzo beans and half pinto beans. And then as you can see, there's 3 more trays of light and dark kidney beans. So I will bring you guys back once these dry out and show you the end result. You want to try to have these in as much of a flat layer as you can, but sometimes that doesn't always work. So I'll move them around as they dry and make sure all of these get dried out. So I will bring you back. Okay guys, I'm back, and ladies. So this is the end result after these beans dehydrating all day. Wow. Let's see if I can show. Like, they break and they're like, let me show, like that one just crumbled. I don't know if they're supposed to do that. I imagine they'd be good for like refried beans after this, but oh my goodness. This is the first time ever. See if I can show it. See how it's crumbling? Wow. Huh. So if anybody has ever dehydrated canned beans from the store, I mean, from what I saw, this is what they're supposed to look like. So these are going in a jar or in a Mylar bag with an oxygen absorber, a moisture absorber, and getting sealed up. So crumbles. There's tray 2. There's tray 3. I mean, some of them are, I don't know. Some of them are not crumbling as much as others. Like that. It's actually still kind of pliable, but they're dry. I'll let them sit out and cool off for a little while. I need to clean this dehydrator like really bad. I've used the heck out of it lately. So, just 1 second. Okay, this is why I want a dehydrator with the pull-out drawers instead of stackable like this. This is a pain in the butt, honestly. Some people like it, but I don't. I would rather be able to slide out drawers like a, you know, how the trays would pull out like this. So, this is the other beans. These are the garbanzo beans. Whoops. These are the garbanzo beans. Let's get one that's popped open. These are really dry and hard and crispy. So these look dry enough to go ahead and put away. Okay, I'm back, and today I'm attempting to dehydrate eggs to make egg powder. So this is what I'm using. It's an experiment. This has the yolk and the white. It's whole eggs. So we will see how this comes out. I did 2 trays. I can't lift it up because obviously it's runny. You want to put the trays down first, then pour the egg on. Don't try to move it. These are fruit leather trays. So we will see how this comes out. I'm turning my dehydrator on. Oh, good Lord. Don't want to spill it. Okay, I'm turning my dehydrator on and getting at it. And we will see what the outcome is. Once again, I wished I had the dehydrator with the drawers, but it is what it is. This one is a Nesco American Harvest. So I will bring y'all back when these are dry. The beans yesterday took all day, so we will see how long these eggs take. I know they need to. Oh, and I also put a super thin layer of coconut oil on the fruit leather tray underneath the eggs before I put the eggs on. So that little part that you can see right there, that has the coconut oil on it. So I'll bring y'all back as soon as they are dry or starting to dry. I won't make you wait the whole time. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. This is a couple hours later. Of course, my counter's probably not totally level, so it's running. But I also turned it around a little bit. So I probably need to, I don't know. I thought by turning it, it would make them run back that way. I don't know. I've never done this before. I've never done fruit leather yet either. See, it's running that way more. So then here's the other one. Looks like it broke up on this side. A little bit thicker there. Whoa. Okay, so we will come back when they're totally dry. I forgot, I wanted to add a little bit more information. I have the dehydrator turned back on now, obviously. But some of the dehydrators, you just plug them in and they just automatically come on. There's no on and off switch. Some of them are like this that have an on and off switch. And then some have temperature control. So this one doesn't have temperature control at all. I don't know if that's going to make a difference on these, the way these eggs come out or not. So I guess we'll find out. Like, I can tell some of it's drying a little bit more than others, like other parts, but it's about as level as I can get it. So, like I said, this is an experiment. If this really works really well, then I will be gathering up some eggs from the neighbor down the street. She's like a mile and a half down the street, and she's the closest neighbor I have that has chickens. And dehydrating a bunch more eggs for egg powder. And I do have egg powder already that was store-bought. It's freeze-dried. But I wanted to see if I can possibly make my own. We don't really go through a lot of eggs. And when I do, then it seems like I'm using eggs more so to cook with anyways. So I will bring y'all back. Okay, the eggs are dehydrated. You see that? Pieces. So now I need to put them in my coffee grinder and powder them. There are some pieces, I don't know if they're just still too pliable. I don't know. These pieces are kind of mushy. Oh, that piece might be okay. Maybe if I let it sit here and dry out some more. I just don't want it to collect too much moisture. But most of these pieces here are still kind of wet. So I'm going to take these, put them in my coffee grinder, and make a powder, and then I'll show you the end result. Okay, here's the coffee grinder. It's going to be loud for a second. See all that powder? And then, you just take it. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I can't do it one-handed. Too difficult. So then this is the end result. Of course, I'm going to do the rest of it too. Okay, completely finished. Do a powder. Now remember, this is raw egg, and when you go to dehydrate the eggs like this, you need to dedicate a full day. Do not go to bed and leave it unattended. Do not leave and turn it off. You have to be home the whole entire time the dehydrator is running, because this is raw eggs. So I have the Silica Gel Desiccants, which is moisture absorber. I'm going to put this in here. And then I have oxygen absorbers. I'm going to have to use 2 hands to do this one. I'm going to put an oxygen absorber in here as well to seal the jar. Need to show y'all something real quick. Look outside my window. See that deer? Right there in the front yard. Isn't that awesome? And here we go. Have the oxygen absorber, the moisture absorber. My dog's barking. There we go. Dehydrated raw eggs from a carton. And then something else you need to make sure you do is to shake the jars. See how it's moving loose? You always want to shake your jars and make sure there's nothing sticking to the sides. And you do this every day for the first week after dehydrating. See how it's breaking loose and not sticking? You need to make sure it stays that way. This is called conditioning. Then if you have any wet spots that stick to your jar, then you need to take care of that problem. And that means you need to reprocess, most likely. So I hope this helps somebody. If you have a bunch of eggs, especially if you have chickens, this just shows you that you can have dehydrated egg powder and you don't have to pay all that extra money for freeze-dried. So I'm sure this has got to be expensive. So thank y'all for watching. If you have any questions, comments, anything, be sure to leave them in the comment section below.